While I was out here in LA, I also decided to go to the old abandoned secret military base up in the Laurel Canyon neighborhood that was strangely close to the whole 60s generation of hippie rock that the CIA had nothing to do with. It's kind of wild what it turned into. It's literally just right there. And now it's just hiding in this neighborhood, just like across from like a nice little Californian family. I wonder if anyone that lives in any of these houses know anything about the history of that building right there. We're talking about this secret military base up on Lookout Mountain that was exposed by David McGowan in his book Weird Scenes Inside the Canyon, where he made like a million connections between the beginning of the acid rock movement in the 60s and the military-industrial complex. Just one such connection out of many is Jim Morrison, you know, the Lizard King himself of the Doors. Well, his father, Stephen Morrison, was in the Navy during the Vietnam War. This is him and his son Jim aboard one of the ships that he was on, you know. Jim Morrison's dad was the captain of the ship that was allegedly attacked, but not actually attacked, in the Gulf of Tonkin, the event that started the whole Vietnam War. That was Jim Morrison's dad on that boat. And in case you also weren't around in the 60s, let's just remind ourselves that the Doors were like gods. They were one of the biggest names in the day. That would be like if Drake's dad was a captain in the military that was involved in one of the craziest psyops ever. He also goes deep into Frank Zappa, the Mamas and the Papas, the Beach Boys, all sorts of people. A shitload, a slew of unsolved murders. And all of it taking place right down the hill from this weird secret military base that was ostensibly just for processing film of nuclear tests. And all of this in a neighborhood that was not popular beforehand, hardly even existed beforehand, and certainly was not the center of any kind of musical culture before all these people came there and made it such. So yeah, if you need some reading for 2025, Weird Scenes Inside the Canyon and Chaos by Tom O'Neill about the Manson murders will blow your brains out. Hopefully only figuratively. So I came up Wonderland Avenue to scope out the old Lookout Mountain laboratory where the CIA totally did not invent the hippie generation and rock music and Lord knows what else they did there. Now it's owned by Jared Leto. And it's this like old military base up here in the hills, in the top of the Hollywood Hills. But now it's just like another house, like in this crazy ass, just tight neighborhood of just packed in houses everywhere. Just how like tight little winding roads. If you've been to this neighborhood, you know what I'm talking about. And the Lookout Mountain Laboratory, which used to be this like literal fortress on a hill. It's this right here. Now it's just another house on Wonderland Avenue. It's literally just right there. Owned by Jared Leto. Who knows why? I mean, he's done the initiation rites. You know, he keeps the secrets. But it's like old school. And now it's just hiding in this neighborhood, just like across from like a nice little Californian family. Who knows? Who knows? Like, I wonder if anyone that lives in any of these houses know anything about the history of that building right there. It's so freaking weird. I'm very confused. It's crazy how time just erases history. 8900 block west of Wonderland Avenue. It's just so interesting how over the years, over the decades, how much it all fades. And, you know, if you get away with something for, you know, 2 or 3 decades, it's pretty much you're in the clear. And no one's ever going to be able to really dig up what happened in a lot of these cases. So, you know, old skeletons in the closets of Los Angeles. Well, welcome to LA. Isn't that view just amazing? Look at how great that view is. Gosh, it's so beautiful. Man, it must really be worth like $1 million to own these houses with this amazing view.